Om Shri 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 Veerabhoga Vasanda Rajadi Raja Adi Shiva Guruve Namaha. Hi everyone, my name is Ratish, and the purpose for creating this video is to share my experience I had recently traveling to Nepal with Guruji. So, first and foremost, I would like to thank Guruji for giving me the opportunity to share my experience. Let's continue on by saying that I was not meant to make it for the trip. Me and my sister traveled together, by the way. So I was not meant to make it for the trip because I made all the travel preparations prior except for my visa. Yes, so initially I was supposed to be going to link up with Guruji in Chennai. Yes, and we were supposed to have a 2 day train travel to Gorakhpur, and from Gorakhpur, travel down to Nepal. Yes, and then spend around 6 days or so over there, and a return trip back to Chennai, train trip. So because I didn't apply for the visa, I was not able to link up with Guruji in Chennai to travel in the train. I was actually very disappointed with myself. Yeah, that I made all arrangements, but this I told Guruji in a very fearful way also as well, because I was worried that I'm going to get scolded. Yes, because he made the arrangements also after knowing that we made the arrangements. So Guruji was very calm. Yes, he actually told us that we will still make it to the trip. Yes, very strongly. Yeah, he encouraged us, saying that okay, continue making efforts, try to make alternate arrangements, and we will make it for the trip. And we did. Yeah, somehow we made some alternate flight arrangements and directly flew over to Nepal. Yes, and we linked up with Guruji, I believe, on the 8th of October. Yes, Guruji came to wake us up actually. Me and my sister were in deep sleep. Yes, he came to wake us up. He looked as fresh as ever. Yes, with a lot of brightness, or tejas, they call it. Yes, and full of energy, even though he didn't have sleep for the past few days traveling the train and all, didn't have much proper rest. He looked full of energy. Yes, and looking at him, we were excited. Yes, we got ready and we started our temple tour, so called. Yes, the a lot of, I would say, obstacles happened en route, okay, to some of the temples. Yes, the biggest challenge actually lied in reaching Muktinath. Yes, which was on top of Mustang. Yes, that road which you take to go up to the top of the mountain. To be honest, we didn't reach the top of the mountain. Yes, but I strongly believe me and my sister received the darshan through Guruji. Yes, in advance. Yeah, so I'll come to that later. But let me carry on by saying that that while we were traveling to these temples, okay, I was speaking about the obstacles which happened. One thing which I can remember very very clearly, which is seems like a dream to me, or maybe another way I can put it is a scene from those series, Marvel series or DC comics. Those Superman and all these things, because I remember that our bus was stuck and could not move forward because there was a car in front of us stuck in mud. Yes, and was not able to move forward. Yes, it was stuck at a 45-degree angle, actually. Ground, okay, 45-degree angle, almost 45, I would say. Yes, and the wheel was stuck on in the mud. It could not move forward. Driver came out of the car, tried to push it by himself. There were people inside the car also as well. Okay, but to no avail. And he was desperately trying to move his vehicle to clear that path for us to travel. So what Guruji did was he came out of the bus we were traveling in, went to the car. Okay, and there's another person who accompanied him. Before that person could even aid in pushing the car, Guruji actually pushed the car like it was a box of tissue papers. That is the similarity I can think of right now at the moment. But like literally like a box of tissue papers, he pushed it so easily. Yes. We are still in shock how it is even possible, because like I said, it's a scene from the those superhero movies. Yes, just pushed it just like that. Yeah, and I understood later on, yes, that it was through the overflowing ATP which he has. Yes, for those of you all who are wondering what I'm speaking about or not familiar with this term, this is the energy which which is making us, which is keeping us alive, keeping ourselves alive, and all. Yes, I believe Guruji will be able to explain it in a better way. Yes, through my humble understanding, it is the energy which sustains life. Yes, this is the ATP. So when I understand that when this energy is overflowing, you're able to do miraculous things. Yes, and I saw this miracle on that day, okay, where Guruji cleared the path for us by pushing a car like it was a box of tissue papers. Really, really, very, very shocking. Yes, and throughout the trip, the entire trip, that 4 days we were together, we learned a lot from him. He was talking to us about our purpose of existence. What is ATP? Yes. How does this ATP work in a scientific way? Yes. Like how you would explain to a child. Yes, I don't think I know anybody else who could explain about spirituality so simplified than Guruji, because he has really made it so easy to understand, like he's explaining to a child. And he really treated us like children. Probably somebody else would have got irritated that you are not able to understand certain things, okay, but he was so patient, so patient. Yes, to make us understand what these concepts were. Yes, and I'm really truly grateful for this, his teachings and the experience has given us. Yes, besides the that experience of him pushing the car, I also keenly remember another situation where we went to, I believe it was Pasupatinath. Yes, that experience actually really got me in tears, because when we went to Pasupatinath, yes, he he directed, yes, or so called he shared the energy of Pasupatinath with me and my sister. Yes, and it resonated within me. I don't really know about my sister how she felt, but for me personally, it resonated within me. Yes, and he also got us to seek blessings from certain mahans who were sitting around that area, who blessed us also as well. And um, another thing probably I could share, another point which came to my mind right now is, throughout the entire 4 days we spent with Guruji, actually we had very little food and very little sleep. And I'm really very shocked how I am able to sustain in these 4 days, because for me, I'm a foodie. I'm a dedicated foodie. I love to eat. Yes, I probably have like maybe 3 meals a day, 3 meals a day, or sometimes even 4 meals a day. Yes, and I was not hungry at all in the trip. Yes, and whenever Guruji asked me to eat, to be honest, I was just eating for the sake of it. I was not hungry at all. But what I came to realization is Guruji was actually giving us the energy to sustain. Yes, surprisingly, I didn't have any headaches, which I usually have when I don't eat or I don't drink water. But I didn't have any headaches whatsoever. Yes, and I didn't feel tired. And even in those times which I felt tired, yes, I focused on Guruji and I breathed in his energy. This is a common practice which I do during my meditation. Yes, I think of him. I keep him in the middle of my eyebrow. Okay, I focus on him and I take a deep breath, thinking of him, and automatically I feel revitalized. Yes. So this revitalization could actually be felt during the trip. Whenever I felt a bit down, low on energy, a bit tired and all, I did that. I felt much, much, much better. Yes. And there was also a situation in the bus when we were traveling those long journeys where I didn't have a seat at all. Okay, and my back was starting to hurt. Yes, and of feeling a little bit tired. Yes, and I was asking in my mind, okay, Guruji, please help me to find a seat. Okay, because the bus capacity was full. Okay, and there were two members inside the bus who were a bit on the selfish side and didn't want to share their seats with us. So basically, they were sitting on the double seater with their bags being on one seat and themselves being on another. They didn't want to share the seats with us, and I was deeply praying that Guruji help us to find a seat. Okay, and it was so surprising that one of the snobbish ones, okay, decided to give me their seat. I got in tears. Yes, because I knew it was Guruji's doing, that he understood what I was facing, okay, and made her give me the seat without telling her anything whatsoever. Okay, the lady just suddenly moved her back and said that please come down and sit here. Yes, so there was another miracle which happened. Yes, besides that, okay, the our energy levels generally throughout the entire trip were high.